Hello, everyone. What is up? Welcome to the first episode of the Twatcast podcast. I am your host, Roscoe M, and I am here with DayandNight,
Good evening, or morning, or whatever you are.
whenever you're watching this. And we're going to be playing a little bit of Modern Warfare here in the background, and we're also going to discuss this game. Now, as all of you know, I have released a review on my channel of it, but we're going to talk about a whole lot of things here in a podcast format, and I hope you enjoy. So I guess, like, to give this some sort of structure, we should start with the campaign. What did you think of it?
I thought, I liked it,
Mm-hmm.
but actually, I just think I don't really know what to say. It has, feels like it painted some people more of a bad picture than others.
Yeah, I can definitely say that I've seen some other reviews, and it brings me it makes me take my own review into question because I seen a review afterwards saying that oh, with some things it didn't go quite far enough into dipping into certain topics, but like in other games have done it way better. Like one of the games that I seen that apparently did it better was Spec Ops: The Line, which apparently did like the whole messy side of warfare thing a lot better. But I'm not sure. Yeah, I still
Yeah.
enjoyed it though. Like it was a fun game. I like the characters in it as well, like the kind of
Yeah.
reimaginings of Price and Gaz.
Gas being black this time.
Yeah, that was interesting because like I went into the game thinking it was a prequel and then seen Gaz and thought, wait, how can it be a prequel if he's
Not that,
black?
not that there's anything wrong with him being black.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with him being black, but like I went into the game thinking, because what I'd heard before, oh, it's a prequel to the original Modern Warfare. Okay.
That was most people thought because they thought Actually, I kind of believe that it might have been like some sort of sequel, but then I kind of
Mhm.
thought about more how Captain Price basically has finished his mission. There's nothing
Yeah.
really more he has to do.
Yeah, I seen the promotional image and people saying like, oh, Price is younger. You know, it'll be like I went into it sort of thinking, oh, is this gonna be like kind of like all gillied up where he's Lieutenant Price, but like a full game with that kind of price?
I would actually like a
Yeah, like
game
a
where
like a
he is
prequel.
a lieutenant.
Yeah, where he's just Lieutenant Price instead of the captain that we know him as. You know, but I still like Price in this game.
I actually have a quick question. Do you think they will make a sequel to this?
Oh yeah, they have surely. Like I mean, they teased it with the whole like Task Force 141 cutscene at the end.
Yeah.
I probably should have said this will contain spoilers, but I mean like let's be honest, I can put it in the title. Like contain spoilers. But yeah, but they're gonna put up like a sequel to this game surely. Like it'd be stupid of them not to. Like the game's sold incredibly well, and the story is not done yet. Technically, well, kind of.
It technically has reached, but for like the overall story.
Yeah, because they could do like another full trilogy with these new characters. You know, and
Let's just hope that because I know we're talking about Modern Warfare here, but kind of related, Modern Warfare 3
yeah,
seemed to have a bit of a downgrade because it was too similar to other Modern Warfares.
yeah, it was too similar to the to MW2. You know, and having played a little bit of both, I can definitely see the similarities. Like a lot of the animations and everything are ripped straight from it. So, you know, but like, kind of coming back to this game, they're definitely gonna release a sequel. Because, like I said,
We only hope
it would
so
be
far.
yeah, like it'd be stupid of them not to. You know what I mean? Like from a business standpoint, because like this game has sold incredibly well. It's like I think it's one of the best received COD games in like recent years.
Most likely because most of the recent card games has been pretty
Yeah,
poorly
like
received.
lackluster.
World War II was hyped,
Yeah, World
but
War Two was hyped, but then did not live up to the hype. Like people were disappointed, like including myself. To be honest, I was a little bit disappointed with it.
I wasn't disappointed with the story. I really liked the story. The multiplayer was definitely
Yeah, the
not.
multiplayer was lackluster and a little bit boring, along with the zombies as well. It didn't. It seemed to lack that kind of flair that zombies should have. But like to kind of come back to this game again, like I find the what was like what am I coming back to? Like if we come back to the characters, what did you think of the new ones they introduced? Like Farah and Alex and Hadir. Like what did you think of those
Uh,
characters?
I
I liked
I
Alex
kind of
as a
like
protagonist.
when new characters get introduced.
Yeah, I
Like
like.
just as long as they don't like introduce new characters over and over again, like too many times.
Mhm. Yeah, like I understand. For example, with the original Modern Warfare, introducing a new protagonist each time. Like that made sense because obviously you're not going to play as Soap throughout the entire thing. You know, but it made sense for the story. But like if they just kept introducing new side characters here, then I feel like the cast would become like too cluttered. You know, like you'd forget about the ones that you introduced in the first place. I thought Farah's side of the story was quite interesting, like Farah and Hideo.
Definitely, yeah.
I found
Kind
that,
of to see a point of view of
yeah, it was cool to
my
see.
personal like favorite fire mission is obviously the one when she's just a little girl
Ah, yeah, when the Russians come in.
because it really shows sometimes the reality of war.
Yeah, and it shows like the also shows the reality of the struggle of people living in like because
People
obviously
getting caught in the crossfire.
yeah, because obviously like the country, what was it called in the game, like Urzikstan?
Urkistan
Yeah,
or Urkistan or something like
yeah.
that.
It was obviously like that country was obviously like an allegory for the kind of Middle East. You know, like places
Obviously,
like Syria, Iran, these kind of places, and I thought it was interesting to see kind of what people's lives are like over there from a first person perspective. You know, but kind of the opposite to your point of view, the one where she's a little girl was actually my least favorite mission in the whole game. I didn't enjoy it all that much.
I would like to actually hear your why.
Um, I don't know. I guess it might just be the way that I like to play video games and that like and all that, but I just did not like the entire sort of I don't know, something about the gameplay. It just I did not like the kind of no weapons thing, but I don't know. Maybe but that's just me. Like in terms of story, it was a fantastic mission, but just I didn't feel that the gameplay was all that great in it.
I understand that. I can actually feel a bit same because
Yeah.
I
Like I can point
mainly
out like the bit that frustrated me the most is when you have to sneak by those guys towards the end, you know, to get in the truck. I hated that bit. Like it got me quite annoyed because like Call of Duty's it's not exactly known for its stealth.
I personally didn't find that much trouble with it.
Yeah, I found it infuriating. Like to or not infuriating, but you know, an annoyance to play through. Like just that part of it. So I guess I kind of just have like a negative impression of the mission because of all the like all the stealth that was present. You know, but in like I said, in terms of story, you know, fantastic mission.
One of the most popular mission, one of the most talked about is the
Clean
mission,
house.
obviously, Clean House,
Yep, that
which
was a mission. That was one that was revealed first to us, like as a gameplay review, I think.
I do believe so.
Yeah. So like that mission had so much hype to live up to, and
And I think it did pretty well.
yeah, it really lived up to it, and that was I think that was my favorite mission.
Because there's not a lot of games that I know of that actually gives you a kind of close quarters combat
Yeah, like
missions.
a lot of the Call of Duty games are not really close combat. Like they're
It's
very
usually
like
opening
wide
the
open levels.
and you run and stuff,
Yeah,
blow things up.
normally like even the more linear ones are quite they're like ever so slightly open. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a pretty big like it's a medium sized battlefield that you need to like and you're just shooting them constantly and it gets really repetitive and boring. For me at least, like I hate just the constant shooting of enemies. So the last mission didn't sit amazingly with me. Like the first part of it, but I enjoyed the rest of the final mission.
Someone who has played the whole story in realism,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I think the last mission, to be kind of expected, was probably it was so annoying trying to get up that hill
Yeah, like I
because
even
you would,
found it on the lowest difficulty slightly annoying because you're just constantly being hit with things and you don't know where from.
and then there's always like helicopters come and you have to shoot it down, but they always tend to move when you point that laser upon them.
Yeah, they move right afterwards, and you're just like, oh god. Yeah, I can see why people would be frustrated with the final mission. Um,
I did like that they added realism because it makes it like it's more interesting. You don't see your ammo count, you don't
yeah,
see
you
any.
don't. Yeah, it makes it well more realistic. I thought it was interesting to add that kind of difficulty into a game because normally they would just have veteran and then that'd be it, and nothing actually changes like HUD wise or gameplay wise. But that one would really make you kind of switch up your gameplay because you can't see your ammo, you
Something
can't see all of the HUD. Blah.
something I might have actually enjoyed somewhat
Mhm.
because you have seen that your characters can bear things like a stim
Right.
like syringe. It
Mhm.
would have been cool because I think they did this in Infinite Warfare where there was a difficulty where you had to use stim syringe to heal
Oh yeah,
because you
kind of
can't
like the
heal in reality all the time.
yeah, like in Black Ops 4's multiplayer, they did that. They added the fact that you had to heal yourself manually. And Black Ops 4 is a game that I could dig into that one because but I'm not going to because we're gonna keep it relevant to Modern Warfare.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, what did you think of Alex as a protagonist? I thought he was a little bit eh.
I didn't really think too much about him, honestly.
Yeah, I seen him
Like,
as just
he didn't catch my attention too much.
no, not really. There wasn't anything that special about Alex. That I thought was he's one of the great characters. You know what I mean? Like you think of Price, you know exactly what you're thinking of. If you said the name Alex to me, I'd be thinking who? And you'd have to clarify like, oh, the protagonist in Modern Warfare. Ah, yeah.
Something that might be more interesting is because uh, it's always like Sergeant Kyle Garrick or Captain John Price,
Mhm.
but for Alex, it's just Alex.
Yeah,
That is the thing that might catch some people's eyes because
yeah,
you don't know his second name. You don't know.
yeah. Or his the only other thing we got was his code name, wasn't it? Which was like Echo 31. Like I remember that. Um, and while
Most likely dumb because I think he was a CIA agent before.
I think so, I can't remember. I think he was working with the CIA in some sort of fashion. Um, I didn't really like the kind of military people in the background. Like I can't even remember her name. Um, like that shows how forgettable the kind of character is. The woman that like contacts Price and things like that. I didn't particularly find her all that interesting.
No.
Or like any of the kind of military personnel really. I didn't find them all that interesting. Um, I guess another thing to talk about is the kind of quote unquote twist of the game. Did you see it coming?
Which twist? Hold on.
Hadir, Did you see the Hadir twist coming?
Okay, I'm back.
Alright,
What kind of
yeah,
twist?
the Hadir twist. Did you see that coming?
The
Anywhere?
idea.
Yeah, like when he unveils that
No,
he had the gas.
I did kind of expect because you saw that it was obviously not the Russians that took the gas, but I
Yeah,
did not.
yeah, you didn't
I
think
was
it was
thinking more
Hadir.
it was like the butcher.
Yeah, I thought it would have been like Al-Qatala. That's what I thought. I didn't think it would have been Hadir. You know, so that twist definitely caught me off guard. And I think it caught everyone off guard, to be honest, because nobody was expecting, you know, this kind of side character who, you know, nobody really was paying a whole lot of attention to, I don't think. Like, nobody was really, you know, staring down Hadir. They were a bit busy, you know, concentrating more on Farah and
He
the
wasn't
girl.
acting out too much.
Yeah, he wasn't standing out a whole lot. And then he unveils that he took the gas, and it's like, whoa, okay. But, you know, one thing that I didn't particularly like is that he seemed like the villain for, say, like what, like 2 or 3 missions, and then he's back on your side.
Yeah,
You know, that it just seemed a little bit wasted. You know, like
it
why
would
on?
have been cool because I know you're technically using him in one mission.
Mhm.
You got a save sequence.
Mhm.
Kind
Yeah.
of how you again like you're done with the butcher. How you
Yeah. Yeah.
chase him throughout the town.
Um, I guess one other thing that we can talk about. What did you think of the kind of butcher interrogation scene? I
It shows that not
yeah, that not everyone
everything.
is the hero in shining armor. Like not
Yeah,
everyone
it
is the
shows that some
squeaky
people
clean
may
person.
have to use some more brutal techniques to get what they need.
Yeah, and I guess it showed that and I guess Infinity Ward's always done this because I remember a couple moments in like the original Modern Warfare's as well where they did this, but they don't always have the good guys use the cleanest of methods to get through it. Like they show that you know you do have to sacrifice a little bit of yourself.
One thing is, for example, actually two times, both in the Modern Warfare series, is Captain Price interrogating with a gas mask and a gas,
Yeah.
and the captain that executed the character, like in the first
Um.
Modern Warfare, he just
Mhm.
takes the phone and executes him.
Yeah. When he kills Al Assad, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. You know those scenes, like that's why I was saying. You know, Modern Warfare has always kind of done it that way. And you know, Infinity Ward are really good at kind of portraying the fact that you know you don't get the bad guys using horrible tactics and then the good guys using, you know, doing it like by the book, so to speak. Like
it's kind
every
of like Hadir actually said once. He actually said, "If they can use it, so can we."
yeah, and you know, and obviously that's looked down upon in the case of Hadir, but it's interesting to see that we look down on Hadir for doing that, but like we, but we still admire Price and Garrick for basically doing, for following like the same kind of idea, just not going about it in the same way. Do you know what I mean? Like it's interesting to see that, like the player's reaction. You still admire Captain Price and Garrick, even though they're
Yeah.
using the same tactics as Hadir. It's just the fact that Hadir had chemical weapons instead of someone's family.
But actually, to be fair, not to be fair, but something is even if you were because you load the gun, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you try to shoot the family,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
game
think it
over.
let. Yeah, it doesn't let you. I think.
I haven't tried this. I saw someone on YouTube it
Mm-hmm.
because I used.
Yeah, like if what's it? If you try and shoot before the mission's over, it's like it just doesn't let you. Yeah, but I definitely liked Garrick's kind of character in this. You know, because obviously you've got like Price, who's like, you know, the kind of hardened soldier who's used to doing all this sort of stuff. But then you got Garrett, who's like, you know, he's basically the player. Like he doesn't know what the hell's going on. You know, he's not fully tuned in to everything that's happening. And I really like that he had that mentality at the beginning of, you know, let's just take the gloves off and fight. And then later that same quote comes up again when Price says, like, you wanted the gloves off, now they're off. You know, this is what it's like. You know, sometimes you need to do things that you're not exactly proud of. And I like that sort of dynamic for him.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was definitely something interesting to look at.
Is there more to talk about single player, or is it more?
I don't really,
Oh.
I don't think there is a lot to talk about in single player. Like, I think we've kind of discussed, you know, discussed most of it.
So what do you think about the multiplayer then?
The multiplayer.
Did it live up to your expectations, or?
You know, after I watched, I came into the game skeptical. Actually, because like I came in thinking, oh, you know, it will be. I didn't come in with massive expectations. Let's say, you know, I was kind of prepared if it wasn't going to be the great multiplayer.
Like it will be just your average Call of Duty.
Yeah, like but definitely it blew my expectations away. You know, it was better than I expected it to be. The gunplay is really, really satisfying. The time to kill is just right, and you know, because sometimes like time to kill can either be too long, or in Ghosts it can be too short. You know, but it feels like the kind of right timing. And the other thing is that, like, coming kind of fresh off of Black Ops 4's multiplayer, this is a massive step up.
Yeah.
I liked the pick 5 system that they went for weapons only, and didn't have like a pick 10 system like in the Black Ops games. You know, but I like that for the weapons there's a pick 5. And
There's also, at least to my attention, a lot more game modes, and they're still planning on adding more.
yeah. I think there is anyway. I can't remember. But like the map design in this game, like, wow. Like, the maps are incredible. I mean, like, you can see it on the gameplay that we're having just now. Like, the maps are, like, great. It's not your same standard 3-lane crap, you know, that you get in every Call of Duty, where your choice are either go left, go middle, go right. Because, like, well, certain maps do have, like, a certain thing. Like, this map we're on right now, Euphrates Bridge. It does have a slight 3-lane system.
It's more on the like the smaller maps where it's used to have. That's where the freeway system is, but on the larger map, there's more like you can go over, you can go under, you can do everything.
Definitely. I'd say that on the smaller maps in this game, there's less of that 3-lane crap. You know, go left, go middle, go right. There's less of that, and there's more choice. Like, there's maybe go in the left door, but it leads to, like, the right side of the building due to corridors and things like that. You know what I mean?
Something major that they have added, which was expected, was the ground wars,
Ground war,
which
yeah.
is basically, by most people, battlefield.
Yeah, which is the battlefield. Oh, what game mode? I can't remember.
Conquest.
Yeah, Conquest game mode. You know, we've played a little bit of it, but I quite enjoyed it.
It's fun,
Yeah, like, it's fun enough to play.
It always, just for us, for example, it didn't really end well, usually.
Yeah, like, we're not great at it, but, you know, like, me being somewhat crap at the game mode should not hold it back. It is a great, you know, game mode in addition. You know, and because, like, if you look at the war mode that was in World War II, which was trying to mirror that Conquest game mode in Battlefield, like, that one was just, no, it was such a mess. I did not like it at all. Whereas this time they went closer to Battlefield's design, but it worked better because they did. It's like, you know, if you're gonna rip something from another game, rip what worked. You know, whereas with War in World War II, they tried to add their own twist to it, and it just didn't work out, in my opinion.
Speaking of new game modes, apparently Infinity Ward is a battle royale.
A battle royale.
I
Ah,
personally,
personally, I can't see myself playing it.
no, I don't. That doesn't mean I think it will be bad. It might be
Yeah,
great,
yeah, it could be great because the gunplay in this game is obviously like it's, you know, the gunplay is fantastic, and
but I just don't see myself having too much fun in that bit.
nah, definitely not because I didn't enjoy the few times that I ever played Blackout. Um, I should probably say like my opinions on this game are quite high, but then again, I'm coming off of like from playing Black Ops 4, which I did not find a satisfying experience in the slightest.
I don't think many did.
Yeah, not many people found it all that great. The only thing that I actually played a lot of in BO4 was zombies, because contrary to most people's opinions, I actually liked the zombies in that game. I thought it was good. The maps weren't brilliant. You know, the map choice wasn't great. They were basically all of the Ether maps were remakes, and then the Chaos story wasn't great. But like, I still had a good time with it and enjoyed what I played. You know, so coming straight out of Black Ops 4, where I did not like the battle royale mode in the slightest. I did enjoy the multiplayer at all. You know, this game definitely sort of got me right straight back into multiplayer mode again, and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, like what's your general kind of opinions on the multiplayer?
Multiplayer, I do like some of the new mechanics, obviously being, first of all, vehicles
Yeah,
in larger maps or stuff like that.
yeah. I mean, I guess
Uh,
it's like kind of new because they have added vehicles before, but like I like that now.
yeah, but not usually in the team deathmatch.
Yeah, yeah, not in team deathmatch. You would have to play like the war mode in World at War to try and get vehicles, and you only had it on like one or two maps. But like, you know, in this one, I think they have it on a few more.
I like the sound of the guns. I like the look of the guns.
Yeah,
Uh, I do, however, believe that to me, mainly, it still somewhat feels the same as a usual Call of Duty. Definitely
mhm,
not as fast, like too cramped or too spread out.
mhm,
Like it's sort of even,
yeah,
but it's still the classic point and shoot.
yeah. I mean, like that's the way that it's gonna be. Like Call of Duty has a formula, and they're gonna stick to it. But I feel like this game spices it up enough so that it's interesting to play. You know, it's not boring, I'd say. And I just realised we're on shipment. Jesus Christ,
Yep.
this is gonna be some mess. But yeah, like I said, the game's fun to play. Um, you know, that's my kind of general consensus on it. The gameplay's satisfying.
One thing I also wanted to mention, the rework of all these classic maps like Shipments and Rust.
Yeah. What other ones are there? There's Shipment, there's Rust, I think there's Vacant as well, which was a rework. Um, you know,
One more.
what do you think on the reworks? Cause
What do
I
I
couldn't
think
quite
on the what?
the reworks, like the re-releasing kind of older game maps.
I like the nostalgia.
Mhm.
and I like how it, because in Modern Warfare, because it's an older game, it's so dead, it looks so colorless. How it looks more colorful in this one,
Yeah, definitely.
uh, color enough to like, because Modern Warfare was too gritty on the map.
Mhm.
It was too serious,
Yeah.
too gray, too green,
Yeah,
all
like
that.
I
Well,
I
this is
remember
a bit more mixed.
yeah, like I look at footage of the kind of the first Modern Warfare and I think, man, the colors are so like washed out. You know, and it
So I
looks.
definitely think the rework of the map and the remasters of the map are great addition.
That's a teammate.
Well, maybe not great, but I like it.
Yeah, like it's not horrible. Huh. But I like the fact I like the maps that they've brought back. You know, obviously they had to bring back Shipment. It's a fan favorite and it's like a classic. Vacant was an interesting choice, I thought. You know, considering like it's a Modern Warfare 1 map, and you know, and they would have to change like a fair amount to kind of to make it interesting again. Rust was good to be brought back. I like that, and they brought back a new game, and they brought a 1v1 game mode with it. You know, because that's everyone's favorite map from Modern Warfare 2 is Rust.
Yeah.
You know, it's got like the most nostalgia with it because everyone remembers 1v1ing on Rust, like at least once. But yeah, it's nice. I like the fact that they can keep the classic feel of the map so that it still feels like you're playing Shipment or Vacant or Rust, but it's different enough that it doesn't feel out of place in this new game.
I didn't play much multiplayer on Warfare 2 or
Mm.
3. I do remember playing it once with my friend on split screen.
Mhm.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what you had to do then.
Yeah, I know. I
You
remember.
didn't
I
have that great of an
remember.
internet, so you had to play split screen.
I remember that. I remember split screen. Man. But I'm trying to think on like sort of different things in this game that I really enjoyed, and then just kind of everything together.
Onto that internet thing, by the way, for people who didn't know that was sarcastic.
Yeah. The I like some of the new maps that they've introduced in this game. For example, like Shoot House. Petrograd's not bad. There are some of the maps that I haven't played because they're in like other game modes. Like the smaller maps.
I think Shoothouse to me is a bit too confusing.
I can see that.
Speaking of Shoothouse,
Yeah. Shoot House is one of those maps that it's like it's the 3 lanes, but you know it's one of the very few in the game. Like it is sort of a filler map, which is you know it's fine by me to have like at least one 3 lane map in the game. Because really, if you think about it, some of like one of the most famous maps like in Call of Duty history, Nuketown, is a very simple, you know, not even yeah, it's a very simple 3 lane map. But if I was to kind of, you know, give this like a fair look, and talk about some of the negatives, I do not like that the gameplay originally seemed to kind of encourage camping rather than running
yeah, there
around.
is a lot of campers on this map.
Yeah. I'm not even just talking about this map. Like the game in general had like a problem for like the first like month or like the first couple months with people just sitting camping everywhere. You know, you'd be running around with your gun and then just like a whole ton of people would just like look out from behind corners and and do things like that, and it was really annoying, and it seemed encouraged by the game.
Have we mentioned Claymores? Because we were talking about that
Yeah, we were talking
before.
about this before, the claymores. You know,
Yeah.
like what were you saying that some people were claiming overpowered and that they should be nerfed?
A lot of people say that, but I personally see it like if there is an explosive nearby you, there is probably 99% chance that you will die, and if you don't,
Mm-hmm.
your legs will be blown off.
Yeah, I mean the way to look at it is that like claymores have always been the same. Like this game doesn't do
It always
anything different.
basically been a one-hit kill,
Well, they have actually, unless you had like a certain perk that like
or if you've
negated it.
been far enough.
Yeah, like if like quite often, like the claymores have always been the same basically. Like you walk into them, people place them in weird spots to catch you around corners. But like I didn't think there was anything personally wrong with it.
Personally, I actually haven't even found that many claim.
Nah, I don't think it's a massive problem. Personally, I don't see a lot of people using claymores. Maybe I'm just lucky like that, but for me, it's not been a massive issue. I didn't think it was like a massive problem.
No.
It's just sort of one of those things that you have to put up with because it's Call of Duty and it's just one of the things that are in it. The game has claymores, deal with it.
Yeah.
But,
I understand more if claymores is used by people who, not that I endorse camping, but people who actually has a reason to use claymore.
yeah.
And maybe sometimes people who just runs around and fucks with claymore just to get funny kills.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. Like, I can see, people going for, like, montages where they go for, like, just claymore kills. Just to annoy people. Like, I can see people doing that.
And like knifing gun game.
Yeah, it's like that all over again, But, I guess that kind of, like, my opinions on the multiplayer are very high, but that's because I'm coming off of Black Ops 4 where it was, I didn't play it, basically. Like, I basically never touched it unless I was playing with friends, because that's the only way I could enjoy it.
Yeah.
Whereas in this game, like, I could sit and play this on my own and just grind it out and still have a good time with it. I was talking about how I've not encountered many claymores. I just got hit by one. Perfect example of like what we're talking about with this sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a problem.
The last multiplayer thing, World War II, so I don't think I say much.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely enjoyed it more than World War II, but I don't have much memories, so it isn't super much I can compare with.
Yeah. I'd say with World War II, like, I grinded it out because it was, like, the most recent Call of Duty and everything. And I got okay, with the game, but I can't see myself going back. I can't see myself going back to it. Like, I did a kind of final video on it, talking about how dead the game was, and then, I think that's basically me. I was done with that game at that point. Because the game wasn't necessarily dead as in, like, oh, no one is playing this anymore, but, like, just the game was basically done.
The game got boring real quick.
Yeah. I didn't find the maps in that game too interesting either, so that didn't keep me coming back, whereas the maps here, I do find interesting and fun to play on. So I find myself enjoying Modern Warfare a lot more. I can't really give an opinion on, I guess, like, moving on to the next topic, I can't really give much of an opinion on Spec Ops, because I've played it all of once. which,
I know because I was there.
yeah, we played it like all of once, and I included it at the end of my review, and it didn't go well, uh, you know. But the way that I see it, I looked at other reviews of it to see what it was. It didn't come out. It didn't come out great. Like I've seen a lot of people complaining, saying like, oh, they ramped up the difficulty way too much, and there's barely anything here, and things like that. And I can see where they're coming from. Like the difficulty is definitely ramped up. Um, from previous Spec Ops. Because I remember playing Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops where it was kind of like the zombies one where you survive rounds and rounds.
Yeah.
And that was definitely fun. Like, don't get me wrong, it was great. And, but I just wish there was something in this game that was similar to that. Like, that's basically my opinion on Spec Ops.
Yeah. The only thing I can think about is backup. They're usually meant to be the kind of elite soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
and elite soldiers obviously go against harder hitting things.
Yeah. I'd say that, yeah. Like, my opinion on Spec Ops is basically almost non-existent because I've barely played it. So I can't really have a solid feel for it. But of course it has, like, the same gunplay and everything, so it would still be somewhat satisfying, I think.
Yeah.
But that's just due to the game, like, this game's mechanics. Not due to Spec Ops in particular being, like, amazing.
No.
Because I've heard that it's actually just, like, quite the opposite.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and you probably need a full team of like.
Yeah, you probably need like a full four-man stack, or like a four-man squad to get through it, because then you can like communicate with your teammates and everything,
Yeah.
And you have to be of a somewhat like good skill level.
Bless you.
Thanks. I guess another thing we could talk about with the multiplayer, kill streaks. We forgot to mention all the kill streaks and everything.
I haven't used many of kill streaks, so I don't have that much of an opinion on it.
Yeah,
But if
I've
you do,
I've used them in custom games. Like I've gone to like test them and all that against bots, blah blah blah. Not a lot of them I have gotten in matches. But I can still kind of give an opinion on them. They're really satisfying to use, most of them, or like a few of them. But I would definitely say that like some of the better ones to run would probably be like a UAV, a precision airstrike, and a chopper gunner. Because that way you're gonna get like the most. I don't know. I guess like you're not gonna get like some crap ones in there, or the Wilson's also quite good. But
and I have a question actually. Which one do you think is your like favorite for fun?
favorite for fun? Probably the chopper gunner is definitely the most fun kill streak for me. Because like not only this time, previously with chopper gunners you could control the gun but not the copter. Now you can control where the copter is, so instead of the AI flying you like away from targets, you can fly yourself towards them. So you have more control now.
I've been on 6 on Steam. I can't answer that currently.
Yeah, I know. I was getting messages on Discord throughout this, and I can't answer. But I guess to kind of like sum up the kill streaks is that there's a few of them in there that are a bit crap to use. For example, like the counter UAV is not as good as it used to be because it doesn't block out the entire enemy map. It blocks out an area around where you place it, and also it's not it's no longer in the air. You place it on the ground. Which people didn't like in Ghost with the SATCOM replacing the UAV, so that probably didn't have a good reception. It seemed that they didn't really learn about that kill streak in that respect. But overall, kill streaks are fun. Not quite as insane as Modern Warfare, but as Modern Warfare 2. But like pretty well balanced and not severely overpowered. Which is kind of what you want. You want them to feel big and beefy, but you don't want them to be overpowered. So like chopper gunners, for example, are they're not easy to get. Like they sometimes have been in the past, where everyone just seems to have a chopper gunner. So I guess that's kind of my opinion on the kill streaks.
Yeah.
But
again, me not having used kill that much, give my opinion.
Yeah, I would say if you want to test them out, like probably just jump into a custom game and just kill the bots. Just to just set like maybe one kill streak. Oh, actually, I forgot one of the kill streaks that I could have talked about. The nuke in this game.
But none of us have ever gotten it.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think I ever will.
I have seen it happen.
So have I.
But I've never gotten it.
Yeah, I've never gotten it, but I've seen it. It's interesting because in Modern Warfare 2, it was a challenge, but it became easy when people kind of knew the formula. People learned the formula to it, and basically everyone was able to get a tactical nuke. But now the challenges in this game, you have to, obviously within one life, get 30
kills.
Yeah, 30 gun kills as well. Like, specifically gun kills. Like, you can't do what you did in Modern Warfare.
Because kill streak doesn't count as kills.
Yeah. You cannot, you can't do what you did in Modern Warfare 2, where you get your airstrike, and then that leads to your Harrier, and then that leads to your chopper gunner, and that leads to your nuke. You can't do that anymore. You have to get 30 gun kills.
I kinda liked how they did that. I like it, but also don't. Because if you want to try,
get the nuke. It's a real challenge.
You still have to just shoot everyone.
Yeah. So it is but it is an interesting kill streak because everyone was wondering right from the beginning, is there gonna be a nuke? And Infinity Ward basically said right away, yeah, there's a nuke, but we're gonna make it even more difficult now. Because previously it was just 25 kills, and then I think in Modern Warfare 3 for the Moab it was just 25 kills again, but it had to be from a gun. And now they've bumped it up to 30 kills with a gun.
Yep.
So...
Which on a team deathmatch you're not gonna get on a what?
Oh, no, you're probably better to play, I think one of the things that I heard was you're probably better to use, go into... What was it? Was it Domination, I think? I heard was a really good one to go into, because the games last a bit longer.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But I guess that kind of sums up, the kind of this discussion on Modern Warfare.
Yep.
And so I guess we could give a kind of final conclusion. I enjoy the game. It's definitely fun compared to the previous few Call of Duties, especially in the multiplayer.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess that's kind of it.
Yeah, I can't come up myself with anything that we have more to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we've basically discussed kind of everything at some sort of length that we wanted to cover. We've talked about campaign, what we enjoyed, maybe what we didn't enjoy about certain bits of it, multiplayer, Spec Ops. We're basically done.
Yep.
And it'll be interesting to see what they add in the future. Because obviously there's that classified bit, and they're talking of maybe adding Battle Royale, as you said. So it would be interesting to see, one, if they do, and if they do, what will it be like?
Yeah.
And maybe we'll need to, and maybe we can update this podcast at some point, talking about the Battle Royale mode. you know. But I guess that's kind of the end of our first episode of the Twatcast podcast. And if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel, like the video, check out Dave's channel, be in the description below. And I've been your host, Roscoe M, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.